obviously, it's in Brazil. We look forward to traveling south there and having an opportunity to play internationally. It's quite a privilege. So we're kind of rounding the team out now as we put all the pieces together for practice squad um, and then finalizing that part of it so we can get underway. Today is an off day for the players and very similar to a Monday. And then we'll start a normal week here starting tomorrow and get ourselves ready to travel on Thursday or Wednesday, and then Thursday we'll have a walkthrough down in Brazil there, and then play on Friday. So we're 1 week away from it, and we're again looking forward to putting this week together here. Anyways, I don't have any injuries. Jalen continues to work to get himself better. There's we'll see how it goes. I mean, it'd be a real rush for this week for sure. So it doesn't look like he'll probably make this week, but should be ready to go as we go down the road here. So, anyways, with that, time's yours.
We'll go ahead and start with Pete Sweeney.
Hey, Coach, I'll have one other one, Sid, if I can.
Hey, Pete.
Big part of your program is the routine, and I know you talked a little bit about the schedule. I guess, is there any more little details that you're trying to implement here to make it as routine as possible, just given you're playing on Friday night in Brazil?
Sure. So if you take tomorrow and just pretend like it's a Tuesday, today would be a Monday, tomorrow's a Tuesday. We'll go through the week off of that type of a schedule, and then we'll just block out that Wednesday as a travel day. I mean, it's a 10-hour plus trip there, so that one we'll just give to the airlines, and then we'll go ahead and pick it back up on Thursday down there and do the walkthrough part of it.
And then the other one is, you're right.
And then the rest of it will stay consistent. We'll try to keep the times consistent. There's only a 2-hour difference, so we should be able to keep things, relatively consistent going forward.
And then the other one, I know you have your doubts about Royals, and it seems like Juju might be the next in line to fill that Richie role. I guess in your eyes, what makes him so well positioned for that?
Yeah, well, Juju had a great camp, and he mentioned to you guys, he's in the best shape he's been in a long time. So he feels very good, and we have a lot of trust in him, but most of all, Patrick has a lot of trust in him. So yeah, no, he can fill in that role for sure. And then you've got a healthy Hollywood, and they can play for you. And Ty came out and had a good camp for us, so he's another one.
We'll go next to Jesse Newell.
Hey, Andy, there's been some big news since we last talked to you. I know you've known both Travis and Taylor for a long time. I just kind of wondered what you thought about hearing that news and what you thought about that for them.
Yeah, Jesse, listen, I'm happy for him. It's hard to find somebody that you fall in love with. That's not an easy thing, and to really fall in love, and it seems like they're there, and I think it's a great deal for both of them, and they like being around each other, and that's a plus. I think they're both busy people in their own right, and and both are very famous in their own right. So it's kind of neat that they come together and handle themselves the way they do.
We'll go next to Sam McDowell.
Hey, Andy.
Sam.
Since we last chatted with you, Rushy's suspension has been made official. What's just been the process of preparing for both scenarios, particularly week one?
Yeah, Sam. I mean, we had an idea that something was going to happen. Whether it was now or later doesn't necessarily matter, but that something was going to happen, and it'd probably be around that 6-game area. And so we went about business full steam ahead, rotated guys in. Everybody got a chance to play. That we'll have an opportunity to play here, and So I think it was good for Rasheed to get the practice in. He'll be away for 3 weeks, and then he'll be back in the building after that to be able to work out here and just do everything but not practice. So, and then we'll get him back in the after 6 weeks. So, but we've got guys that are capable of playing here. We just have to go out and do it. Not that you don't miss Rasheed. I mean, he's a heck of a football player, but we have other guys that are good players too. So.
What just stands out about the camp that Rushy did have, though?
Yeah, he had a real good camp. Who kept himself in the right frame of mind to where he could work. He wasn't moping around. Stayed positive. He's trying to do the right things. First of all, I mentioned somewhere that Rasheed's got a real good heart, and um, it's unfortunate that it happened. Thank goodness people weren't hurt, obviously, but lesson learned, and you move on and try to move ahead, in a positive manner. And so far he's done a nice job with that.
We'll go next to Soren Petro.
And I'll have a quick follow-up too, if I could, Coach. Just the process of like you're not finding out till really. I know you've got a full week, but you've been kind of having to game plan. I know you do a lot of stuff in advance, not knowing whether you would or wouldn't. And the other team has to do that as well, right? Like, do we plan for him or not plan for him? How much does that add to the game planning sessions, and how much does it make it more difficult for you, but also for the opponent not knowing what they're going to face?
Yeah, sure. And I think we were okay with it because of the rotation that we had going. We were prepared for it. We don't have to change a lot of things. We've moving forward in what we were putting in the game plan. So, and then as far as their part goes, last year our first game against them, they were missing one of their big players on defense, and they made their adjustments that they need to make, and life moved on. So they're familiar with how to handle situations like this too. And in the NFL, Seren, as you know, man, you got to be ready for change. Changes happen rapidly, and whether it's an injury or a suspension or something of that sort, you got to be ready to go and still play at a high level. So our guys, the guys are excited to play and get going on this thing.
And then as far as the travel and the schedule, and you guys have had to play on every single different day and every different amount of time. And I know coaches are kind of creatures of habits. You'd probably like to play at noon every Sunday and, be able to have your routine. But does that allow, stronger teams, stronger coaching staffs to shine when there is, because both teams have to deal with it. So does it really kind of bring out the best of the best when you're put into situations that aren't ideal for a staff?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of a frame of mind. I think if you say you're being honored to actually do this because you're doing well, and that's the way you approach it. It's an honor to have an overseas game and to be able to go to Brazil, and then as opposed to, oh my gosh, what are they giving us? That attitude doesn't get you anywhere. So. You take the schedule and you turn that same thing into a positive. We're blessed to play these teams. Some of these teams, well, most of them in this league are just tremendous football teams, and the parity, and it's crazy. So it really doesn't matter who you're playing or really when you're playing. You just take it and you roll. They're doing the same thing you're doing.
Let's go next to Nick Jacobs.
And Sydney, I'll have a follow-up if I can, please. Andy, with the first week and kind of the first month, what kind of tempo or the key is it to setting a tempo in that first week and month?
Yeah, it's it's always good to come off and get a good start for sure. I think we're all 32 of us are trying to do that, come out of the gates and play well. However, when they say, you use that O-line mastermind thing, and you say you'd better take every week as its own separate thing, and you better keep pounding as you go through the year. So But you sure would like to come out and play well. I mean, for sure. Yeah.
And then from a team identity perspective, from your experience, how long do you feel it kind of takes for the team to kind of get into who they are for that year?
Yeah. It normally takes a little bit, a couple weeks to kind of get in the swing. I think all the team.
Uh-oh. Sorry, Coach. Don't want to interrupt you. Got muted for some reason.
How's that?
Now we're good.
All right. Did Nick get what he needed? Or am I still on with Nick?
Go ahead, Nick.
It cut out most of your answer, Coach.
All right. Hit me again with a question. Oh, are you there?
Now he is.
All right. Yeah, from an identity perspective, how long do you feel like it takes to get to that point for
Yeah. Normally it takes a couple weeks, Nick. And so, and I think that's probably for most teams. Now we've got a lot of guys coming back. So, maybe that cuts it down a little bit, but just to get yourself in rhythm, and now you're taking it up a notch from what you were doing at training camp, and so sometimes you got to work through that just a tick, but we should be okay there.
Okay, we've got one more question. Go ahead, Todd.
Hey, Coach, a couple things here, if I could. What's your, anticipation level for getting Josh out there playing left tackle in a regular season game? He's passed every test so far. It's gonna change a little bit in this one. How excited are you to see it in action?
Yeah, Todd, I think I think we just let him go, get him out there, let him get this experience going forward. This group's got two good defensive ends, and so it'll be a nice challenge for him. And I'll probably be saying that every week through the season here, but it's his first year, so there are going to be things that he hasn't seen before, and he's got to fight through that. But he's a talented kid, and he's willing. He wants to do well, and he's worked very hard. Excuse me, he's worked very hard to get himself into this position right here, to be the starter. So, I told him after training camp, my hat goes off to the kid for he didn't miss a day, from the time he started in the OTAs till throughout this camp, where he's tried to bear down. But there'll be some things in there, some hiccups in there, I'm sure. But he sure is willing to play.
The same thing with Kingsley. Looks like he's made really good progression for you throughout the camp with the position change. I mean, is it like a little Christmas morning? So you want to see this with the real stuff going?
Yeah, no, Kingsley's worked very hard this off season. He feels comfortable in there at that spot, but I'd tell you it's new, and there are going to be things in there. He seems to be working well with Creed and Josh, and but again, this is a good defense, one of the top defenses in the league last year, and now they've got to step into that and play good football, and so that's what we're going to practice each week here, and hopefully the continuity continues to grow there with the three of them.
Okay, one last one before we let you go. Omar Ruiz with NFL Network, Coach.
Hey, Andy, good to see you.
Omar, yes, thank you. What's
Yeah.
going on? Good
Hey.
seeing you.
As many big games and different international stages as you guys had played over the years, do you still have to kind of prepare them for the emotional, magnitude of a game, or do you just kind of let them rely on their experiences through that?
Yeah, Omar, you know what? I think when you play these international games in particular, your juices are going, especially when it's the first game, your juices are going, yes. But it's also the noise. Is it going to be, you got to be ready for a silent count. You got to be ready for, your normal snap count. I just watched the Nebraska Cincinnati game. They played right here at Arrowhead, and Cincinnati was the home team, but all the Nebraska people were here, and it was louder than all get out for Cincinnati. So you just have to, you can have a little bit of that where it's just this constant noise. and you got to be ready for that part of it. So on both sides of the ball, really.
Sure. Cool. Thank you.
Yep, you bet.
Okay, thank you, Coach. That's all we have for you.
Okay, great. Thanks.
Thank you.